What's going on, Monster Squad? Welcome to Uncanny Alley, the place where we keep it real because shit's weird out there. I'm Allie, your hostess with the mostest ghostess. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I scry, I do some tile pulling, I read tarot, I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient. The song that just, this is going to be, oh, how weird. This is cracked and I didn't even realize that until just now. Well, that kind of fits. Okay, I was going to say this is going to be a divine masculine, divine feminine reading, but it's not, I think it's more of divine feminine. See, it's a divine feminine reading with a divine karmic attached to it, unfortunately. And I led with masculine, then I'm like, because it feels like the masculine energy just wants to like infiltrate the space. And again, reverse the energy is how you need to. You could be male or female. This is just the energy. So the masculine energy is the one that I'm not reading for. I'm reading for the more feminine energy. If you're the masculine, then you're again in your more the feminine energy. That doesn't mean you're feminine. It means that you are feeling sensitive. You are thinking about birthing new creation. You're thinking about a relationship. You are being sensual, you're in touch with yourself, and all of that. Your highest good is source, your intuition. Okay, so anyone who's like, wait, okay. So the song that just started blaring through as I pulled these cards, and I felt like I feel like there's a real tender moment right now for the divine feminine that I'm speaking to. You're in your real soft spot, like you're heartbroken, your heart's like really sore, or if you're not heartbroken, you feel like you're about to be. That's what I'm feeling. And the song is "You've Lost That Loving Feeling" by Elvis. You never close your eyes, I wanna kiss your lips, something like that. And ironically, and I have never thought of this song that way, but isn't it ironic that like he's singing "You've Lost That Loving Feeling," and he was like known to be such a womanizer, and he's singing like, oh, so yeah, interesting. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Oh, I have like this blaring in my ears, not like a painful, but it's like a pressure in both of my ears. So yeah, the masculine energy is trying to confuse you, or he doesn't want to lose you, and so he is doing things, professions of love, testaments of love to show you, to kind of keep you confused, kind of how that energy kind of came in, to kind of keep you stuck, to keep you in there, operating really in a situation out of lack, because he's already lost that loving feeling, and then every time you're in that, he tries to do something to twist it. Okay, let's see what this is about. Hold on. Music fears. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, Karmic male. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Hello, come on now. 2 Pentacles, and this is exactly where you're at. You're just like, do I or don't I? One foot in, one foot out, because and it says, when life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. And it's because when you think you see the signs, you're like, okay, then he'll come back in, or she. I mean, if you flip the energy, something, because if you're acting in, if you're a male and you're the one who's sweet and thinking in your highest good, and then you have a karmic female who is playing games and using love and things like that's aggression, maybe speaks aggressively, then it doesn't matter. You just flip those energies. Okay. For some of you, there's something about a walk. You take a walk by the beach or some kind of trail, and like it's like cool, like it's like shady. And that really helps you think and clear your mind. There's something about the Pacific Northwest, or if it's not that, it's that area, that kind of terrain. So it's going to be like real wet, real green Maine, shit, Ireland. But yeah, tidy up life so you can make space for something better. And that would be um like, let me see. So for some of you, some of you, some of you are looking, came upon a memory, a photo, a trinket of a past relationship. If it wasn't a past relationship, it was like the wish for one, what you thought the ideal one was, what you dreamed of as a kid. It's either an actual person or your idea of happiness. And you've been really thinking about that person from your past that stirs up all kinds of good memories, or the person you got to operate as in your highest self when you were a kid, or when you felt fulfilled in your relationships. And this could even be work relationships, familial relationships. For some of you, there's a sibling. For some of you, there's an item that a sibling gave you, or that you gave a sibling that it recently happened, or you recently thought of it, they recently thought of it, it came up somehow. And let's see. Come on, girl. Get your act together. Oh gosh, yeah, see. So whoever they're going through this masculine, this karmic male, there's somebody. You know what this could be for the sibling that I'm pulling up? Because I'm like, no, it's this relationship. It's this karmic relationship. And it could be a sibling karmic relationship. But I'm getting that it has to do, there's a love relationship. So maybe it's like, there's something about a sibling. So maybe their sibling saying things to you, or your sibling is reminding you that you don't deserve that. There's something about a sibling. It has to do with the karmic relationship, but I don't think in this case it is the karmic relationship. And maybe the sibling is reminding you of this. Remember this memory? Like, remember how happy this made you, or when you acted this way? You used to be so this, you used to be so that. You used to get dressed up, You used to think you were beautiful because you are. You used to think you were magical because you are. Like, before, a broom wasn't something you swept with. A broom was something that carried you off away into your magical journey, right? And now you just a broom. But look at the color of this door. It's purple, right? It's that higher self, that higher consciousness, that connection, like that psychic connection to your inner knowingness, the truth, the real truth. Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely you're going places. Yeah, see, once again, look at, I said, there's some kind of trail, there's some kind of path with greenery, a wet path. Like she has a scarf on. Yeah, and she's also holding like a trinket box of some sort. So yeah, there's something there. Somebody's doing self-reflection. If you're not, and you're unhappy right now in a relationship, this is a time when you need to do some self-reflection. For some of you, it's going to be talking to a sibling or somebody that you consider a sibling to get some insight. For others of you, it's going to be to go out on a nature walk, to go out in a place where you feel connected to source. And that could be anything that you find appropriate, that you feel connected to source. For some of you, maybe it's, watching old movies and thinking about your relative you used to watch it with, and really feeling in this magical place, and then praying. For some of you, maybe it's going out on a walk. For some of you, maybe it's playing chess and just getting in this. It could be anything, as long as you're making a conscious effort. And what am I trying to say? You're making conscious space. You're taking out dedicated space to connect and to do those practices. Oh, I'm so glad that I stumbled on it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's what this is about then. As I was lighting my candle, I was lighting it with, where did I leave it up there? What did I do with it? No. Did I chuck it? Oh. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I think every person does in some way, but especially people who are into spiritual practices, anyone who's psychic, any of it. We all have our own weird, quirky ways of doing things, and I have a candle that I use only like certain times to use it to like light my other candle. No, I always do. What am I talking about? Like, I don't light my candles directly from the stove. I will from like Palo Santo. I will from certain things, but I won't from like the stove. So I'll have like, I have a candle. And when that's confirmation. When I went to light this candle, and this has never happened with this candle. I've lit it a million times, but it was the image of the blue flame candle from Hocus Pocus. Oh, my neck hurts. Oh, that's so funny that my neck hurts going right now. The blue flame candle, and then right after that was twist the bones and bend the back, or whatever it is. I'm like such a dork. I don't care. And so for some of you, you're feeling like broken by this. There's two parts of this. This relationship, this karmic relationship, my neck just started really like everything started hurting right here. It's like this is taking a physical toll on you. This is making somebody depressed, making somebody lose weight, making somebody sick, making somebody not take care of themselves, not eat well. Somebody's getting horrible migraines. Hold on. Oh, somebody's getting horrible migraines. Like the stress, you feel this and you tense up because you feel them pulling away. You feel like, what can I do differently? How can I? And it's not you. You don't want to transform and change you. For some of you, this is a toxic karmic relationship that you just need to break ties with. We're gonna find out more about that. Really quickly, I want to touch on the practice. For some of you, in order to connect with Source or just feel like you can get into whatever state you need to feel that you're into your practices, that you are taking that next step in your spiritual practices, in your meditation, whatever that looks like, in your prayer. Some of you need to start implementing those, we'll call them ritualistic practices. And for anybody, the church has ritualistic practices. It's like, come on now, like Christmas is a ritualistic practice. Easter's, so stop it. We're not going to go down that road. And for those of you who are, then I don't think I'm for you. Sorry, but that's okay. But you need to, because the second you intention, thank you, Holy Spirit, you need to do with intention. The moment you set out and make something intentional and you do these things and you're alchemizing, you're creating a space, you're creating a ritual, you're creating a relationship and a communication and a dialogue between you and spirit. And it's special. It's like you're gift dropping a special gift and a special conversation just between them, but just between you and them. And it is really special because no one's telling you how to do it. You can pull from different sources, and copying somebody isn't wrong. That's still not somebody telling you how to do it. Like if you're like, oh, I watch this and I like what she does, great. That's still you on your own finding what works for you. Because along with that, you can take from this person and you can take from this, and then you can take from your church you go to or the church you went, whatever it is. And so anything that I give in any message, just please, with anything in your life, again, I'll always say this, use spiritual discernment filtered through Source. Somebody's name starts with an S or something with an S. Someone's hearing ringing in their ears, like sirens in their ears, like they just can't get rid of it. Someone needs to go get fresh air and nature. Let's just pull cards. I usually go off on these on tangents, and let's see more about these relationships. Let's tell us, Holy Spirit, tell me about this karmic relationship for our divine feminine. Ooh, the Five of Pentacles in reverse though. Nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. So. Okay, so this is in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And in this case, this is what we were talking about at the very beginning. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? The second you want to walk away, he pulls you back in. That masculine energy pulls you back in. And this was in reverse. So the card says nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. In this case, it is. You need to stop going to that house. Like the Hansel and Gretel, it was a gingerbread house. Yummy, it's delicious, but that bitch going to eat you up. She wants to eat you. Run. Look, two of Pentacles, and then Two of Swords. Two of Swords. This can be read so many different ways. We'll talk about like that later, but wake up. What is it that you truly want? And that's just that. Like if some of us get addicted to that sad wallowing state. So we do. I mean, I think we all do in certain stages, but when it gets to a place where, let's say some of us get comfortable in that. When it gets to a place where someone gets addicted to that and you don't recognize it, it's bad. And sometimes we stay in bad karmic relationships because being the victim is much more comforting than being the weak person who didn't love herself enough to get out of that. I'm sorry, but like I said, we keep it fucking real around here. And that's the truth. Being the victim is much more comfortable. You get love, you get attention, you feel sorry for yourself. I mean, that's much more comfortable. I'm not saying it's better, but it's more comfortable than being the, the weak person, the person that was too weak to make the decision that was best for their highest good. And so you have to decide what you want. If you want to stay in a relationship you know is bad for you because you think it's worth it, then you need to commit to that and understand that this is the life, at least for now, that you're choosing. If you have to make decisions before you make those choices to get out of that, that's fine. There's no, this isn't about judging anybody. This isn't about saying, if you don't do this, then that. This is about you need to do what's right for you. And if you know what's right for you is over here and you're staying here, that's never okay. For any of us, okay? 5, the number of change. We're going to end there on these cards. And I'm going to grab some of these love cards because no, we're not. No, we're not, because it's change. We're going to go right over top and we're going to rewrite this shit. We're going to go on top of this because we're not ending with this karmic bullshit. We're seeing, what do we do now, Holy Spirit? So now Holy Spirit said you need to make a decision, okay? So what can we do? Okay, beautiful. Knight of Swords, be ambitious, chase your every dream. Come on, thank you, Holy Spirit. We're just talking about you need to remember how special you are. Look back at those people, places, or things that made you feel fulfilled in your life. Okay? And this is the Knight of Swords. This is the Knight of Truth. This is swift moving truth. These are actions. These are words. Okay? But this is swift truth. Okay? And sometimes it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's, blades. Sometimes they cut a beautiful piece of cake and sometimes they stab a bitch. What do you need it for? Sometimes it's not for us to decide. It's for source. It's for spirit too. 17:17 on the clock. Come on now. Okay. What? Are these really upside down? Wait. Or did I just flip the script on some shit? We're not going to take them upside down because I just had a bunch of these flipped and they're not supposed to come up, these ones. The other one wasn't. Hold on. I am kind of a little all over the place. Like I said, I'm like, if Punky Brewster and I don't know, Punky Brewster and Pippi Longstocking had a love child raised by Norma Desmond and David Lynch. And Vincent Price is my neighbor. My favorite, old neighbor that I visit. And, he makes me cookies and tells me stories about when he was young. And then I, put on little shows. And he's like, oh, you're so cute, Allison. Oh, you're so funny. Let me read you a story. It's like my pretend imaginary relationship with Vincent Price when I was 5. As my neighbor, pretend grandpa. Oh, and such a fun place to be sometimes. Okay. Justice, the Knight of Cups, and the Sun. Thank you. Absolutely. Justice. This is you finding your truth. We got the Sword of Truth. We got the balancing the scales there. Okay. We've got the table. We've got 4 corners. Stability, your cornerstone. Finding what works for you, even if it's unconventional. It's you turning back to what works for you, who you are. Who you are. For somebody, I hear you're getting back into I don't know, I'm hearing that music, old, do you remember the CDs that were on oh my, now that's what I call music, and you get the CDs, or you could order them. I mean, I'm not going to say that I would order them, 13, 12 CDs, and you get the 13th for a penny, and then you're supposed to pay this money after COD, and I never sent the money. And I'm not going to say that I ever did that, or that I'm old enough to even know what the hell that is. But somebody, I'm hearing those songs, old, Mariah Carey, TLC, all of those like Mary J. Blige, Belle Biv DeVoe, even like Luther Vandross, like I don't know, just old school R&B, old school Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, um, Whitney Houston, Donna Summer. I'm hearing. Anyway, I'm hearing somebody like get back to this place, like just sit down at the computer and just listen to the music or clean or just say, you know what, I'm gonna really do me. And you're doing something that really makes you happy. Some of you you're writing, some of you are just even cleaning the house. But like now that you've got this karmic energy out of there, you're cleaning your space. Yes, thank you, Holy Spirit. For some of you, I see you really getting out of this. No, I see, this is what I see. I see you getting out of this. I see this energy getting out of this. For some of you, I see you getting out of this by, it's going to come with the transformation of your space, your physical space, where when you get this karmic energy out of there, you're going to redecorate, you're going to dust, you're going to clean, you're going to open up the blinds, you're going to make yourself, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to do it. And then for others of you, it's going to be turning back inwards to what makes you happy. That creative endeavor, writing, roller skating, dancing, like doing those workout videos, things that like you might have felt silly doing in front of the karmic, or that because of all the negative energy they put on you, you just always felt so judged. But look, romanticize the present moment every chance you get. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Look, she's by herself, sitting at the beach, a heart on the ground, book, drink, like romanticize your moment, like be in love with yourself. And clearing this karmic energy will come easy, is what I'm hearing. Thank you. It will come so easy to you once you turn the mirror back on yourself and see how wonderful and beautiful you are. I'm hearing this release, shedding of this weight, this dead weight will come so easy for you because you don't want that shit around. Once you realize, like, it's like you see things differently. You can't unsee it, I'm trying to think of that movie. Okay, well, even The Substance, right? Let's just use the movie I just saw. Demi Moore is so beautiful. And it's like, she's chasing this idea. If I just do this more, if I just try to be a little more perfect. And by the end, she's so far gone. And when you see, like, she doesn't even recognize how far gone she is with the delusion of when she becomes this other thing, right? She was so beautiful. She didn't see how beautiful she was. And then it's not till it's like too late. She can't even see the monster that this obsession has created at all. It's like, once you see the monster that this karmic relationship is in your life, you can't undo it. Like The Substance, you can stop it, you can't reverse it. Whoever's seen it. Yeah, and that's confirmation. Let me just stop my phone because it's ringing. But that's confirmation because you're trying to hold on to something, not realizing that you're doing more damage. You can't, but it's like you don't want to, you want to salvage this relationship because you don't want to, 23 on the clock. What is that? 5 and 5. Hello now. 5 is number change. We're going to do 5 plus 5 to get you out of this karmic cycle. And that's where you're at. I feel like most of you have come to the other side, that realization of, look, I don't want this anymore. And you've chosen you. And that's wonderful. And then for some of you, you're right on the brink and you need to realize that if not, you are choosing this life, at least for now. Now listen, let me make something very clear. I am not saying for somebody who's doing the best they can and they're struggling financially and they know that once they have the money, I'm not talking about those, because what are you doing? You are still making commitment to your greatest good. It may be slow going. It may be in, tiny ways right now, but this isn't to judge to anyone on how they're doing what they're doing. It's just to do something that's for your greatest good, because if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? I just want to pull a couple of these love letters. Love cards. Love me, say that you love me, fool me. Your angels want you to love yourself and tell yourself, okay, so you're seeing your angels in your dreams, or somebody's driving in their dreams. Somebody's in the car. Fast or windy or whippy, and it could be scary, like fluttery, like you feel like you're flying or off or something like that. it doesn't matter what the context is, but those are your angels, and they're just trying to like stir things up and get you to realize what's going on. Okay, they're trying. Is this a blank one? This one is coming out. This is supposed to be in there. Okay, let me just pull one more. See, come on. I love me. This is exactly where you're supposed to be. I love me. Okay? I'm not even go by up or down because I'm just a mess. Up or down. I don't know if I'm up or down. Like, forget about the cards. I just wanted to come out. See, people light energy doesn't. It wanted to come out because liars want to. Because this energy, I knew it. I knew that was some karmic energy. You can't listen to the bullshit that comes back around to try to keep you hooked. You need to look at who they are, not what they say. Evil eye. Yeah. Okay, some of you do something like light a candle, get an evil eye. And again, this is, you don't want to put emphasis. I have an interesting relationship with the evil eye. I wear it and I appreciate it, but I also understand that the energy with the evil eye can shift very, very easily. Very easily to, oh my gosh, if this, then that, if I don't do this and that. It can shift to more of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so you wear it feeling, I'm empowered. I'm empowered with the protection of the Lord. I'm empowered, I'm empowered with the strength of the Holy Spirit. I'm empowered, and I have an impenetrable force around me. You don't have it like, I don't like when it's like, oh, you need to get an evil eye to protect you. You need to get like this fear kind of feeling. I feel like it should be more, get one to protect your energy. That's always good. But when you're wearing it, just be conscious of that fearful protection. You never want to get in that state. And I feel like sometimes this, for whatever reason, acts as an easy segue between empowering somebody in their spiritual protection and enslaving somebody in the fear to giving too much power to a tangible object. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay. Third party. Can't make this up. And God never wants us to do that, right? However you see God, whatever you call God, it's your connection to source. It's your connection to divine perfection, the creator of everything good and of light, because God, the Alpha, the Omega, he, she is love and light. And again, I'll say it, that doesn't mean that when you're operating in darker energies that, oh, no. When I say light, I mean of divine perfection. I mean of heavenly goodness, of goodness. Okay, because when we're talking about darkness in that context, I'm talking about low level, earthly, bad energy, that low vibration that keeps you stuck in the muck. Okay, however you want to look at that or call it, that is a separation from God. That's the devil. That is earthly, tangible obsession. That's addiction. That is self-doubt. That's self-pity. That's a lot of stuff, and we all suffer from it. We all do. The biggest thing is acknowledging it when it's happening, or as close as you can, so that you can redirect it back to source's purpose for you, because that's always going to be the best. It's always going to be in your divine favor. Always. Ah! Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. And this one, okay, that's so funny. This one wanted to slip away, and I was like, ah! And it almost made me do that, as if, like, when a girl has when we have, like, when a girl, because I am a robot or a monster, or an old lady, 43, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, when I went to grab this, I, went oh, and for some of you, you're just starting to, or you're going to, or you need to get out there, even if you're a little uncomfortable. Like just said, sometimes it's uncomfortable, even if it's good for us. It doesn't mean it's always comfortable, but somebody needs to get sexy. Somebody needs to go out and feel themselves again. My neck is so tense right now. I don't even know what's going on. My throat chakra is somebody does not want me to say this. I feel like somebody is gripping my neck. I mean, not literally, but the energy is it's okay. It's crazy. Yeah, this male energy for whoever this. Some of you guys have been in this relationship for a long time, or these toxic karmic cycles of relationships for a long time. Like you've been so stuck in these low level energies that tell you you're less than or keep you in a situation. I don't feel like this is like a verbally physical abusive thing, like in the outright way, but people have a way of doing that in ways that aren't outright. You know, like, oh, you're gonna wear that, or oh, have you gotten on scale lately? And then people in this world, right? It's so ridiculous. So many people would take something like that, this intentional, awful, ugly, low-level evil dig that's set up just to hurt somebody, as a, what? I was and somebody else was like, what the fuck would you say that? And be like, whoa, don't use that language. I just can't. One is like an authentic response to real feelings, and the other is bullshit. And somebody is dealing with that bullshit, and you've either gotten blamed for your authentic responses, or you're blaming yourself too because this is not how you want to act, or you completely shut down, and you haven't responded at all. You've just kind of been stuck in them, and now it's time to come out of that, okay? It's time to love yourself. It's time to love your body. It's time to connect back to Source as Source wants you to, like, as your divine connection, as your divine feminine self, your magical, beautiful, wonderful self. And again, you could be male, but I'm speaking to the feminine energy, okay? The creative energy, the loving energy, the nurturing energy, the kind, the one that operates from your north node, your highest good, the opposite of what the fuck this is. The one that you think, I'm a unicorn, and they're like, what? Look at these all spilled. Oh my gosh. Okay, is it worth it? Let me work it. Okay, and, oh God, and mistakes were made. Like, and I kept this card. I was like, I'll get rid of it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm supposed to keep this card. So for some of you, I'm so distracted. Like, oh my gosh, this male energy does not want you to get out of this. So it's not worth it. Let me work it. You are worked. Like I said at the beginning, your back is push the bones and bend the back. You can't take anymore. Okay? This is a good thing. Like, this is the 10 of Wands where you can't take anymore. But this means you're done taking shit. This is like, oh my God, shit's about to get bad. No, shit's gotten as bad as it's going to get, baby. Get the fuck, you know? Mistakes were made. Stop blaming yourself. Okay, scratch it out and start over. That's okay. We all do it. Hello. Okay. Okay. All right. I want to pull, because you're a diamond. You're a beautiful, shiny, magical, mystical, creative, sparkly, kind, loyal, wonderful diamond. And so I know we're going long, but if you're still with me, 3303 on the clock just now, swear you are special. Archangel Michael is with you, okay? Archangel Michael is going to give you strength right now. Is going to give you strength to get to the other side of your purpose, okay? I love these cards. I don't really use these that often, but they're so beautiful. And they're unconventional, and you know what? You're the reason I pulled them out. You're worth pulling them out for. No. You deserve your own space, your own time, your own attention. You do. Take the time to go in the box, dig it out, to look at how beautiful you are. Okay? I'm going to get one of these cards because there's only one of you. And you need to start honoring yourself again. No, you need to start honoring yourself again. Okay. We're not messing around. No. We're going to do this. Okay. Come on. I'm telling you. Be with us. Help Divine Feminine. Help Divine Feminine step into her energy and her divine purpose in your name. Help her connect with you, Divine Source, to know her purpose and how wonderful and amazing she is. Help her to see the light. Help her to see the shining diamond that she is. Holy Spirit, be with us. Holy Spirit, show Divine Feminine who she is. Don't let her be afraid. Don't let her be afraid of shining the light in herself. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's right. The sword. What did I, like, literally was the last thing I said. Okay? Your sword. It's time. It's time. We're going to read what this card is. Wow, that just feels really powerful. It's just time to cut through the darkness. It's time. Okay? It's time to listen to the high priestess. It's time to listen to your inner self. Get out of your head. Get out of those negative thoughts that were superimposed on you. Okay? Get out of those negative thoughts that were superimposed on you and get back to the thoughts of the fruit from the fruit of the Spirit. Okay? For some of you, I'm hearing church with grandma. Church with grandma. Grandma's church. Okay? Go back to church. Sing those songs. Talk to grandma. The sword. Okay? To use the sword is to decide. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The blade separates one reality from another. Come on now. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but I have goosebumps. But the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter, I'm like, preach! I'm like wanting to jump up and grab you right now. Divine Feminine. The sword is at birth when the cord we share with the mother is cut. The moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself, our Divine Feminine. Hello. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. You can't make this shit up. Okay? Now, upright, it's cutting through what is essential, which is exactly what we are doing here. Now, it leaves you with this. Here's, I love this book. I love this deck. If anyone's wondering, it's The Wild Unknown Archetypal Guidebook by Kim Kranz. Contemplate the Buddhist philosophy of the first and second arrow. Swing the sword once with precision and commitment. More than that will be painful for everyone involved. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You've done this again. Time's up. Listen to the car racing out there. Time's up. And then it stopped. We're ending on that note because that is wildly prophetic and like, there's really nothing else to say. I'm sorry. I have this weird point. It's like, business. It's like a mullet. It's like a mullet outfit. I'm a mullet tarot reader. There's like business up top, party in the back. This is like cherries in the bottom. Okay. Well, until next time. Thank you so much. If you like what I have to say, if you like me, or if you just think I'm okay, but you like what I have to say, would you give me a thumbs up? I'd appreciate it. And until we meet again, friends, stay wild, stay wonderful, stay weird, and most importantly, stay you. Mwah.